Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Robert Antoinette, and I am along with the lovely
Constance Carter.
And we believe that for every situation,
there is a conversation.
Hashtag Conversation Starters Live. We thank you so much for listening and watching and tuning in and supporting the #1 entertainment platform in the world. And I'm so glad, Constance, that today is a day of celebration all throughout the nation.
It is. Today is September 18th. What's going on September 18th today? What's been happening this week, Rob?
You know, well, speaking of this week, before we get into this week, I just want to tell you this day that I'm so happy that I have the breath in my body and the activity of my limbs.
Yeah.
That I'm here to just hang out with all of our good friends out there in Conversation Starters Live world.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing and it's a beautiful day. I'm just blessed to, be a part of the show with you, Rob, and to be talking to some amazing people. We've been doing this, about 4 months now? We've well over 2 million, and we've had some pretty amazing people on our platform. So we're just blessed. It's rare that people get the kind of opportunities that we've gotten. And, we've met some really cool people, really cool friends for life now.
Yeah.
So, whether it's the guests that have been on our show or the Platinum Peeps, we have some really cool folks in our Rolodex for sure.
For sure. You know what? I'm going to put you on the spot real quick before we move along. I mean, do you have a fave who we've interviewed so far? Because to your point, I mean, we have had the opportunity to speak to some really truly amazing people who are movers and shakers. I mean, we've seen them on the TV screen. We've seen them on stage. We've actually listened to them on our iPod. And, just to have the opportunity to be able to converse with them, to talk with them. And like you said, just to be connected to them from this point moving forward is just an amazing thought. So in all of the 4 months that we have been doing this, we started off with Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Yeah.
Last week we hung out with Ero, Mr. Eric Watson. Shout out to Ero.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah, super dope. But you got a favorite or somebody out of your top 3?
I couldn't say I have a favorite at all, but there are some things that have stood out with some of the folks that we had. I remember Arian Simone. She said that we asked her, I think you asked her who she would rather see in a stand-up, and either, what was it, Kevin Hart or Cat Williams.
Yeah.
She knows both of them. She's worked with both of them. She's hung out with both of them. So she was like, but she chose Cat.
Sure.
I asked, who did I ask?
Darren.
Who?
Darren Henson.
What I asked Darren?
Give me your top 5 rhyme spitters. And, he picked all East Coast cats.
Eric Roberson picked all East Coast cats. I think Darren gave us at least one West Coast. I think Ero was the only one who gave us all East Coast. I was like, oh, you got to give us somebody from the West. But there's just been many amazing conversations that we've had. What one of my favorite segments. We have so much fun on the show. But one of my favorite segments on the show is when we talk about I really, really want to know.
Yeah.
And when we ask them quirky questions, like I've asked somebody who had them stumped. Warren G, what would you do if you woke up the next day as opposite sex?
You know what? If you don't trash that damn question right now,
that is the bomb.com question.
I'm a real man. That is just so.
Leon loved the question. But the really want to know section, I think that's where you shine the most. You like, I'm like, yeah. Your creativity is like unmatched. The things that you ask, the way that you ask them, I'm like, you know what? That ain't my lane. Like, I can't do it like Rob. I ain't even gonna try to do it like Rob. So I just let you do your thing. But you do your thing on the I really want to know section. That's pretty cool.
Wow, that's amazing. You've heard it here first, Conversation Starters Live audience. Constance Carter gave Robert Antoine a compliment. And I'm so doggone proud that you were able to do that, to admit that I am truly great and that I matter. I am smart, I am kind, and I am special.
You are important also.
Important. Is that the other one?
Yeah. You are important also. Robert, cool. I'm gonna try to give you more compliments so you can feel better about yourself, okay, brother?
I appreciate that, because every now and again a brother needs to be, lifted up and just told that he is great, because there is greatness that exists within our midst. And sometimes we need to tell those people that they are great.
Absolutely. I'm sure your inbox is on blast with women telling you great, because that was really fun a couple of weeks ago when you were looking for your wife. I bet you got a few inboxes, DMs on that, huh?
No, not really.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, we're not here to talk about me. We're certainly not here to talk about the Constance. What we want to do is
okay. Hold up. This brother just said the Constance.
Did I say that?
He said the Constance. Do you guys know who the Donald is?
I apologize.
He called me the Constance.
I apologize.
You call me the Constance one more time, and it's going to be some consequences and repercussions, brother. Okay?
Okay. I truly, I apologize.
Okay.
You know what?
You see these hands?
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mike Tyson.
Other way.
I just wanted you to feel like you was doing something. You understand?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, well, listen. As we move forward and we again celebrate you, we celebrate the Black excellence that you exude and you embody every single day in your personal life as well as here on the show. And like you said, I'm so glad that we get an opportunity to meet some really, really great people. But
we do.
I got to talk about something that's heavy on my heart. I don't know if you saw this this past Tuesday. Louisville, Kentucky, or I should say the Louisville Police Department decided to settle but the one dearly departed Breonna Taylor to the tune of $12.5 million for the wrongful death that happened earlier this year.
What are they saying? What are they saying about this? What I mean, I know her parents have settled, but what are they saying? Are they happy with the settlement? Because at the end of the day, the folks who murdered her still have not been brought to justice. So are they okay with this?
So here's the disturbing thing about it. If you're listening out there in Conversation Starters Live, we certainly want to hear what you have to say, what you think about the Breonna Taylor settlement. My comments are the following. Anytime you hear the word settle, that means that two people had to compromise and maybe not get all of the things that they are justly deserving to have.
Yeah.
In this particular case, my understanding is that the police department, along with the family, came to terms about how this will be handled. I'm not really sure that the officers will formally be charged. And the reason why is because Breonna's boyfriend, he fired first. And the reason why Breonna's boyfriend fired is because two plainclothes officers who appeared to be intruders, robbers, broke into the house.
Mm-hmm.
And he had every right to defend himself. But get this. So as part of the reform was part of the settlement. And one of the things in the Louisville, Kentucky Police Department, they are eliminating the no-knock apprehension of any suspects. They're taking that out altogether. If there is an access to someone's home, body cameras have to be rolling. I'm assuming in this particular case, there were no body cameras rolling in this no-knock warrant that was being served. The second thing that, get this now, they hinted towards the fact that there was some cash that was seized at the Breonna Taylor residence. So what they said was they're going to make sure that there are two officers present whenever they seize money, and there will be 2 officers with 2 body cams running at the same time whenever there is a seizure of money. I'm not sure why that's a reform and that doesn't already happen, because if you have a camera, you should have it activated whenever you're implementing any lawful police activity.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm thinking that, the $12.5 million, that was insured, and nothing really changes unless it costs you something. And for the Louisville Police Department, I'm not sure that they had anything to cost it, because the police unions are involved, the mayor is involved, the governor is involved, and obviously the attorney Ben Crump, the one attorney who never saw a camera that he didn't like, is certainly representing the Taylor family. I don't mean that to throw shade. I just mean that to simply say that when there's injustice with one of us, there's injustice for all of us, and we need to have some strong voices to help represent for the culture.
Yeah, I'm absolutely sick and tired. I am sick and tired of seeing the atrocities that happen against our people. The least amount of tolerance that's given to us. That's given to other people. You got Black son, I have Black sons, and you're a Black man, and I don't care what you do. My sons are the most polite kids ever, but they're always going to be a suspect before anything else. They're intelligent, they're brilliant, but they're always going to be considered guilty before anything else. I don't care if their pants are pulled up to their chests, they're going to be deemed a threat just by virtue of the color of their skin. Sure. And I'm just sick and tired of seeing all of the abuse of power. Now, this has been going on since the inception of this country. This is nothing new. The only thing that's new are what? The cameras.
Warnings. Yeah.
That's it. We've been dealing with this. My uncles and father have been accused of fitting the description. I've had people in my family who were beaten by the police. So I understand, this is nothing new that's been happening. In fact, my cousin that was beat by the police, he was only 13 years old. He was a year older than I was at the time. And the 2 police officers got fired. One committed suicide. And his mom refused to sue the city, which she could have gotten a huge settlement at the time, but she just didn't do it. But, again, these types of things have been going on forever. It went from lynching, brutally beating. Now we see police killing, and they do it so brazenly. And it's because they have been used to doing this for so long that they forget the cameras are on, or they know that there's not going to be any repercussions. Oh, there's going to be a few protests. They got our back. Yeah. So just like you said, Rob, once we start seeing some financial impact, then I think change will be made. But I think some things there has to be some real reform. And that's why it's up to us, not only to vote, especially in our local elections, to vote to make sure things change locally, because that's really where we can make real change. But we should also try to get involved civically as well. Be out there on the front lines, speak our minds, go to the city council meetings, go to, organize, do things like that so that our voices can be heard, and not just sitting behind a computer or being at home or, at the office with your friends talking about what you don't like. What changes are we doing what are we doing to make change so that we can change the system? And I do believe in humanity. I believe that, everybody, I don't believe everybody's inherently good. I don't believe that all white people are bad, and I don't believe all Black people are good. I believe there's good and bad within everyone. I think we need everybody to come together for justice to happen.
Yeah. I totally echo your sentiments. And the one thing that I will glean from what you said is that we certainly as a people have been awoken.
Yeah.
We certainly are aware, and we have seen nonviolent protests from the 60s. We're now in the 2000s, where social media is such a huge platform that can be used for good and bad.
Yeah.
But I would like to encourage anybody to take their post, their tweet beyond just that.
Yeah.
To actually doing what you said, to put action steps behind that, whether that is simply being a pollster, whether that's being a part of your school board, whether it's showing up to a civic association meeting, but be somewhere local in your community where you can, in fact, impact change.
Yeah. What you said is, about us fighting since the 60s. And the thing about it is we still fighting for the same thing. We still fighting for the rights to be human. We still fighting, our Black men are still fighting for the rights to be treated like men. We've come so far, but yet not so far. I still believe that there's a great amount of opportunity here. I don't believe that we have to be confined to the doom and gloom. We just got to get ourselves together economically, because I'm telling you guys, money talks and BS walks at the end of the day. So when we have ourselves together financially and we collectively come together and use our collective economics to push forward an agenda, then we talking. Then you're going to see some real change.
Absolutely. Last thing I'll leave you with, Constance, that I heard just today. I had somebody with a lack of melanin in their skin to tell me, well, this will all just pass over like dark clouds. What we really need is to have those that were in the pre-60s era who were part of Jim Crow, racism, tenements like apartheid. Once they die off, this newer generation, they don't see the same color barriers and prejudice that they had back then. They won't do and act in the same way. And I didn't have the time or the patience to refute that, but I simply looked at the gentleman that said that and says, not only are you wrong, you're dead wrong. And if there are more like you that feel that way, then we will continue to perpetuate what we're seeing right now. And I also said that a minority cannot change what's happening with the majority, right? Systemic issues. We need the majority to be a part of the movement with the minority in order to impact change. And again,
but if they don't see a problem, they're not going to fix it. Oh, it's just going to pass over like a dark cloud. It's going to fix itself. What the? Yeah. While we get up in the street. Okay.
Well, this particular person, I'm just going to pray for him. How about that?
Absolutely.
Until the next time, when time, effort, and patience is more abundant in my shanana, address it the way that it should be, I shall. But because I deal with this individual at least once a week, so I can't have the time to do that again. But listen,
my brother is a prayer warrior. I'm just telling you that right now. If you need anybody to pray for you, my brother is a prayer warrior.
For sure. In the name of Jesus. Right. Won't he do it?
Yes, he will.
Absolutely. Well, we have some amazing people that we want to get to. Again, if you're in the Conversation Starters live feed, we want to make sure that you heart it up and like it. Make sure you say, hey, let us know who you are. Put your name in the feed, where you're watching from, so that we're able to shout you out. We love, love, love to be able to connect with our family and our friends. As a matter of fact, Constance and I, we have a great time, and it's always infectious. And people are always telling me, Constance, how great we look together on screen, how much fun we have. And I just want to say, for those of you who are naysayers, we really are having that much fun, and we really, really do have a blast serving you. Right? There it is. Got it?
Fist bump. Fist bump.
Yeah. One more. There you go. Good job. Good job. Hercules. Constance Carter. We have arrived to that time where this is one of my favorite portions of the show.
Mine, you know why? Why?
Because we get to shout out Black excellence, Black brilliance. We get to talk about all the movers and the shakers in the whole world who are making it happen, even in your community.
Everything Black. Well, you know what? Last week, we featured a couple of people from the East Coast around your way.
Yes, there was a shout out to the incomparable Shay Brown.
Yes, sir.
And Jarvis Harmon, who were great.
But this week, we are shouting out two of my personal friends, all the way from the best side, which is the West Side. Yes. Miss Shari Wilson and Ms. Destiny Oliphant. But we're gonna let them tell themselves. We're gonna let them tell you about them.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah, assuming I'm rooting for everybody.
Hi everyone, my name is Shari Wilson. I am a wife, I am a mother, and I'm the owner of Dream Girls Fine Hair Imports and Salon, co-owner of Mixed Institute of Cosmetology and Barbering, the first African-American owned cosmetology and barbering school in Sacramento. I'm also the co-founder of the Healthy Hair Care program and the Healthy Hair Care line. Where we're growing African-American women hair all the way down their back. I mean, we're breaking the stereotypes where people are saying that Black women can't grow their hair. That's a lie, and we are here to prove it. Check us out at dghair.com. I'm just excited. I also have my own YouTube channel called Level Up with Shari Wilson, where I am pushing you, encouraging you to be all that you can be. Nothing is impossible. So that's who I am in a nutshell. Shari Wilson.
Level up, level up. What's that? I think so.
You growing hair all the way down to their backs?
Huh?
You growing hair all the way down to their backs?
Hey, we're hitting the floor. Yes.
Hitting the floor.
Oh.
Yes. Organically, yes. We're growing hair. That's what we do.
Well, real quick, Shari, while we got you here and we got the entire world watching, what is the exact address of your salon so that the folks can come through and do business with you?
Well, Dream Girls Elk Grove is 9090 Elk Grove Boulevard. And Los Angeles is 5441 Sepulveda Boulevard. And my cosmetology school is 4950 Florin Road.
All in the great, Sacramento area, right?
Yes, Sacramento, California.
All right.
Okay, remember what I told you.
Well, in the words of the great Kevin Hart, I want to say we love you, we thank you, and all right.
Then no mistakes are gone. I won't do them no more. There's hopes, there's news. I done did that before. I turn it into something. My comeback on 100. Let's get more action. You just go see come.
Well, listen, we got one more platinum person to bring on the screen, sister, from the west side.
The best side.
Hello.
All right.
Hey,
Destiny, the owner of Trophy Beauty and My Beauty Bar in Elk Grove, California. My Beauty Bar is a luxury spa where we offer hair, nails, and eyelash services. Trophy Beauty is where I am a microblading expert. And you actually just seen Shari. I did her brows as well as the beautiful Miss Constance. So in the Trophy Beauty business, I also train people on how to perfect this skill. And something exciting I have coming up this coming week, you can sign up for my free webinar. That's going to be September 23rd. I want to show you how to make 5 figures in 30 days in the permanent makeup industry. So you can check that out at trophybeautypro.com/webinar. And you can also check out my new cosmetic products as well as wellness products.
yeah. Guess what? She's showing you how to do it too.
Yes.
You showing them how to level up?
Yes. To the next level.
Yes.
30 days is absolutely possible.
5 figures in 30 days.
Yes. In Elk Grove, we're located at 9108 Laguna Main Street, and that's also where my training academy is located.
Rob, you see these brows right here? You see the brows right here? You see these brows?
Yeah. You make me feel bad. I'm going to cover my brows up because I did not get the services, but I am so amazed to have met you. You are truly a platinum person, and you are making an impact in the community. And one of the things that Constance and I are always talking about is improving and closing that wealth gap. And if you can show a brother or a sister, somebody in their family, how to make 5 figures in 30 days, that is amazing.
Yes. And we thank both of you guys. You've been movers and shakers in the community, and we thank you for being on the show today. You guys are absolutely amazing. So thank you for joining us today. These ladies are out here making moves, guys. Follow them wherever they are. Find Trophy Beauty, find Dream Girls Hair Salon, and start following them.
Level up, level up.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Level up,
All right.
level up, level up, level up. All this
That was fun.
Listen, I'm ready to go to one of the shout outs. I mean, we gotta get somebody out there in the entertainment world who wants to shout us out right now. So
Yes.
we got somebody on deck who's going to get to us, and I want to hear from them right back.
Now.
Rob, Constance, hey, it's your buddy Gerald Albright. I'm just chiming in to say thank you so much for a wonderful and great interview that we had a few days ago on Conversation Starters. Man, we had a blast. And truth be told, we had a certain amount of time to do the interview, but it ran long because it felt great. And it felt like time was flying by so fast. And it's a testimony that we're new friends and extended family. So it's a beautiful thing. Thank you again for this wonderful opportunity. And everybody tune in to Conversation Starters. You will not be disappointed.
Woo! Constance Carter, you know so many important, influential people. Who knew?
Who knew?
Wow. Well, I'm so glad that I have an opportunity to sit next to you because you are just so doggone amazing.
High five, brother.
Well, I didn't give you a high five. Ready? We're gonna get this virtual high five
We'll
going.
get right. We'll get together. We'll get together.
Together.
Forever, together.
Together forever successfully. Yeah, that was what they did back in the day.
Oh.
At least that's what I did. Anyway, whole nother story.
DC thing, I guess.
It's a DC thing for sure. I mean, did you ever play the like you want to be a sayer? Like engine number 9 speeding down Chicago line, if the train's up the track, don't want my money back.
Yeah.
You don't even know that one. You
I
know
do.
this? Bubblegum in the dish. How many bubblegums do
Do
you
you wish? How many pieces do you wish?
How many bubblegums? Bubblegums.
How many pieces?
We had bad English in DC.
I bet you didn't know this one. Ain't your mama pretty? She got me. Oh, never mind. You don't know that one. Oh, that's a bad one.
Yeah, I think it has the T word in there.
Yeah. Oh, you do know that one. You do know that one.
And I just know the rhyme. I mean, I got the cadence down pack, and it just looked like it was about to be real bad.
I'll tell you.
Good.
Anybody know Ain't Your Mama Pretty? Put it in the comments.
Well, you know, do it the French way. No, that's not the. All right. Anyway, as I was saying, amazing to know you, and we don't have to do any cheers or any.
Mailman, do your duty. Here comes a girl with the African booty. Remember that one?
I guess depending on where you grew up in the country and you know what era you came up in, the chants changed just a little bit.
You know, actually, it does, because when that was what my nieces and them said when I was growing up, it was mailman, do your duty. Here comes the girl. Here comes Miss American Beauty. That's what I grew up learning. But then when they were saying it was here comes a girl with the African booty. Okay.
Wow. Well, there's nothing wrong with an African booty. I just want to put my stamp on that.
I'm sure. You cray.
No, what I mean, like, why do you try to just Satan get thee behind
this man? He is just trying to tempt you. He is trying to put African booties in your face, brother. Like, what is going on? We do not want to tempt Robert Antoine.
And y'all know that's my weakness. I mean, some people get weak when they see candy bars. Some people get weak when they see cigarettes. Some people weakness is drugs. But you put one of them ABs in front of me, all concentration is lost. And that's all I will say about that. The comments made by Robert and Antoine are not those of Conversation Starters Live.
That's
Please
right.
disregard anything that he said referring to and or commenting on
African booties.
So as we move along in the show, we want to bring on our very special featured guest. Right now, he is on a promotion tour.
I'm fangirling.
You're fangirling? Yeah, well, this brother is definitely impotent, and he is making the the circuit and doing his rounds because he has a new single out that he wants the entire world to embrace, broadcast, go out and buy.
Well, listen, he don't got that much time. He only gonna be here a few minutes.
I understand.
Okay?
I understand. Listen.
He ain't trying to be here all day with you, Robert.
Well, you know I can't talk a little bit, so let me just get right to it. Y'all know this brother. His mama named him Myron Lavelle. He is more affectionately known out here in these streets. One and only R&B smooth, Mr.
Avant.
Baby, can you tell me, can we fall in love tonight? I wanna fall in love tonight.
Once again, my friends, you are listening live to Conversation Starters, and you know this is We Love Music. And we have one of our super friends jumped into the building. His mama named him Myron Lavelle, but y'all know him as Avant. So welcome to the show, brother. What's poppin'?
Thanks, man, for having me, man. This new album popping. You know what I mean? I see you pimping. You pimping, so it's a different world.
Well, listen, Mr. Separated, man, we're just going to jump right into it because we know you have a lot of places to be, a lot of things to do and people to see, man. I'm going to jump right in. I'm to the head first. You know about what's happening with couples and relationships, like from Mr. Separated himself. How does a player keep himself out of entanglement and get people from telling when the thing don't work out?
I don't know if the intro is that great because you called me Mr. Separated and a player. that ain't too good, but you know what? I really tried to dive into what people go through, in life, period, with this album. It's my 9th studio album, and I try to deal in relationships, man, instead of, what I'm wearing, what I'm driving. I don't think that matters right now, and then especially with the quarantine that's going on right now. You're in the house, you're trapped in the house with your significant other, and you're trying to figure out, should we be here? So this album will really open up that conversation, and that's what I'm really trying to do.
Speaking of the album, it is popping.
Thank you.
I'm loving the new album. The first single is "Can We Fall in Love," right?
No, it was actually "You Don't Love Me No."
You don't love me. That's right. The first single is "You Don't Love." Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite one is.
What is
the
that?
one that you have with Robert Glasper.
Robert Glasper.
I'm loving that.
Thank you. Take it slow. Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it's a sexual song, and the reason why I let it just continuously just play out because I wanted to go back to the 70s where you had vibes on music. You know what I mean? Where if you're making love, don't stop this right now. You know what I mean? So that's the vibe I came with that record right there.
Every single one are bangers. So
Thank you.
As I'm listening, I'm like, they all good, but that one joint, what is it called? Take It Slow.
It sticks out to you. Thank you. Instead of, because I've already made Making Good Love. I made Read Your Mind. But now we're quarantining, so we're in the house together. So why are we speeding up? We ain't got nowhere to be. Let's take this thing slow. Let's enjoy each other. You dig what I'm saying? So that's
let me get my pen out. There's some fantastic stuff going on right now. Take it slow.
Take it slow.
Listen, Avant, I love the fact that the album is coming out. Constance and I, we have a kindred spirit in that. We're very, very big jazz fans. So Robert Glasper is right at the top of the list of what we like. And then obviously you make some good baby making music all your career. But as I peeped your bio, man, just making sure that we knew exactly who we were talking to. It says that you've done like some plays or you've written some plays. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I've actually performed in some plays. But I come from the Cleveland School of Arts, so the whole art thing is in me. But we had a good time doing the plays, and also I did a cameo in one of the barbershops. But acting is very fun too. I really got in the music game. When I went to school for acting in high school. I didn't go for music because I wanted to be able to act these videos out. I kind of, since I had the music, the voice, but I wanted to be able to sell these videos. So that was my whole point in getting to acting first.
So speaking to that, I mean, most of you cats that are in the R&B genre, I don't want to put you in a box, but that's typically where we identify with you because we love music and you make some baby making music. So do you see yourself in the post-pandemic, post-COVID, going into acting, looking at some scripts? I mean, once your album is jumped off, and I'm sure you're going to tour and see some venues, but is that something that's on the to-do list for you?
Oh, of course, man. You know, everything is on a to-do list. But right now, we got to find out what space we are in. But one thing I want to say for everybody out there that's dealing with the COVID situation, thank God that we are a species that can adjust to whatever situation it is. So funny because I was having a conversation with my girl and she was saying, I couldn't lay outside. I couldn't be outside. I said, well, that's where we came from.
Yeah. Yeah.
We wasn't afraid of the animals then.
Yeah.
But you know, now all of a sudden I want to be around these animals. And it's like God is putting us in a position to say, slow down.
Yeah.
My creation was perfect.
Yeah.
But you guys are creating stress. We shouldn't be in fight or flight our whole life.
Yeah.
You know, that's supposed to be when we run into some type of danger.
Yeah.
But we live in fight or flight every day. And we wasn't designed to live that way. I'm sorry, I'm just dropping a little knowledge.
I see you, Pastor Avant. I'm about to send you some tithes and offerings, brother.
Let me ask you a question. Speaking of COVID, speaking of the shelter in place, where do you see music going and live entertainment going, like post this? Because do you think people are going to be afraid to go out? Do you think it's going to change the way that people?
You know what? If I can be totally honest with you, what I'm so excited about is that, remember back in you know, you guys are, you know, probably my age or older, but remember back when hip hop first came in, and I'm just speaking on hip hop, and remember the DJ was very, very vital then. The DJ was everything. So imagine what this COVID thing, it takes us right back to that. The DJs right now could kill the game. All you got to do is stay on and rock it and rock it. People gonna tune in. So it's like almost a blessing for the DJs and also live entertainment if you got great shows.
Yeah.
Because people are willing to sit down and listen. And you know what I'm saying? And I know that from my music. That's, you know, I've been blessed to be on Pandora alone. I've been streamed 1.8 billion times. And
That's
the guy.
Wait, stop right there. 1.8 billion
With a B.
That's billion with a B.
And it's crazy because the guy from Pandora said it's only 600 artists that has 1 billion streams. So they're giving me a plaque and a whole nine. But I told him I wish it turned into that money.
Come on.
You did what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we get paid, but we don't get paid the way we're supposed to.
Right.
I can dig it. So listen, Vaughn, I know that you talked about the DJ and streaming and this new era that we're in now. I know you got to be tuned into social media, checking out Timberland and Swiss Beats with Verse.
Oh man, we got to speak on that right now, please.
Yeah. So
that was the best verses I've ever seen.
Snoop and DMX.
I have to give it up for Snoop and DMX for the energy that they had for one another. Yeah. See, it wasn't about a battle. And that's what I told them. The only way I would do it is that way because it's about the people. It's not about the individual. We have gotten so self-centered with music.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, they say, well, you know, Avant, you ain't been in the media with your girl and all this. I said, listen, have Stevie Wonder been in the media about his girl?
Yeah.
You got to understand, when you make it about the music, it's not about the individual. And we have to get back to that because that's the only thing that's going to outlast us. Music is going to outlast us as artists.
I'm with you on that one because Constance, I know right now somebody dropped some loofah with an F in it, some Luther Vandross right now.
And that goes beyond, right?
That is my favorite. He has a favorite song of mine that he remade, and that is Superstar.
Oh, yes.
It's my favorite song. It's a story. That's the way I write music, a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's amazing the way he did it. Because when I heard the original version, I was like, Luther is a genius. Because if you ever listen to the original version, you're like, what in the hell is this?
Yeah.
And Luther could just made it, and he made it into a
He
story.
made his own. And it was like, wow, long ago. See, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Oh no! Come on.
Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby?
Mm.
You said you'll be coming back this way again, baby. Oh, baby. Baby, 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 oh, baby, yeah, I love you, and I really do. Man, come on, man, come on.
You know he was singing that. Wait. You know he was singing that to me, Rob. Rob. Hold on, Rob. You know he was singing that to me, right? You know he was singing.
Yeah, I wasn't singing to Rob.
Hell no. I was just gonna say, Constance, that he is personally responsible for making a whole bunch of lingerie drop right now on the spot.
I was ready. Okay, I was ready.
I thank y'all. You know what? But that's what real music is, man. It's supposed to have that feeling. I don't care if you can sing. My mama told me if you can sing anything.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah.
But when you can sing and you feel that soul that Luther had in it, it give you you when you heard that, you didn't even think of Luther because I was hitting the right notes for one, but you felt the passion in the song.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing, man.
You heard the story. You
that's
felt
what I'm saying. You have to get back to the passion of the music.
But you know what?
All this self-centered stuff got to stop.
But your first song, Separated, because that was the first song that you came out with, that you wrote. That was you came out with a story. You came out
you know why?
at that level.
Again, I tell everybody, in my time of coming out, I was like 98, really. But there was so many heavy hitters in the game. I mean, you had Luther, you had R. Kelly, you had Babyface, you had Prince, you had Michael. It was just so much going on, bro. You had to make a statement, and you had to be like centered in on what you are, stand for what you stand for. And that's what I had to do. I had to continue to put records out because I was a new cat. I was a new cat in the game. You know what I'm saying? You had D'Angelo. It was so much going on, bro. It was like, you had Maxwell. Yeah. So it's like, where do you fit in this? Yeah. And then they put me in the R. Kelly lane. I'm like, I got to keep on putting music out because this got me in the game for an extra 10 years before me.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't think about that. You did have a crowded field that you were in because I forgot about the neo soul with Maxwell and D'Angelo. D'Angelo was getting butt naked on stage. Maxwell was at Silky Smooth. Dude. Oh my God. But you still had staying power though. But you talking about two giants that I love. Real quick, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Like right now, Prince or MJ, who you bumping in your iPod?
Well,
gotta pick one.
I gotta go with MJ, man.
My man.
I'm gonna go with MJ because he got the second favorite song of mine, Human Nature. Come on, man. Bro, he was talking about just going to a party in New York, but the way he was breaking it down, bro. Looking out at the nighttime for all who hold me tonight.
Yeah.
If this town was just an apple, then let me take a bite. And we say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Would you do me that way? Come on, man. Come on,
man. Come on.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. That music's supposed to feel that way. We shouldn't be talking about
So why did it take you 5 years to come out with your latest album?
Because I had to find a space. I had to find out who really loved R&B again. You know what I'm saying? Because R&B had took a mean turn. And it was okay because I respect it because I'm saying in 1990, from 1990 to 2020, if R&B stayed hard and so love and so much passion, we would be tired of it right now.
Yeah.
So I look at the space that it took right now for these young kids. It's like disco. You know what I mean? Disco was there for a minute, but you got to get back to what matters, what feeds the soul. what we can digest, what we feel. And that's what I did with this album right here. You know what I mean? I just gave people, especially now that you're quarantined, you need to talk about something. We need to talk about each other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, right now, Avant, I mean, I know you're on your R&B swag, and I love it, brother. I mean, the fact that you can just come on this broadcast and drop some vocals like no coffee, no tea, no,
man.
You just dropping it like
Hey,
it's hot.
I'm sorry. And you know what? And they telling me I gotta go. But before I leave, I gotta say this. Listen, I stepped in the club in your hood. I slowly turned left, and there you stood. You and your friends talking. But when our eyes connect, I knew then it was just like two ways on me. I'm your king, be my queen, and whatever you wanna do tonight. My truck is parked out front, so let's ride. I gotta go, y'all.
We thank you so much for being a part of Conversation Starters Live. Man, oh man, oh man, I'm so happy, Constance, that I had an opportunity to get some R&B smooth with Mr. Avant today.
That was so great, wasn't it? I'm telling you, I was just fangirling. So, yeah, I love him. You see how he's saying that Luther song to me?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like for the brothers that are out there watching, if you're available, if you become available on the market, all they got to do is be brown-skinned and sign. And yeah. What is that? Huh? What is that? Did you want to add some more adjectives, descriptive things that need to be on the list? No, you're gonna let that go. It's all good. Well, listen, we thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast, for hanging out, allowing us to be in your living room, to listen to us on your TV screens, your iPhones, and your Androids too. We just want to make sure that you know that love and light will continue to shine on you. And because you woke up this morning, that was God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back unto him. My name is Robert Antoine, and along with the
Constance Carter.
And we believe that for every situation,
there is a conversation.
Hashtag Conversation Starters Live.
Waste the time, 'cause every part of you is mine.
Wave your hands like this, Rob. Rob, wave your hands like this.
We can do it right now. Something about that thing that keeps me